Hi, so welcome to our Hillsmobile tour. I wanted to bring Dakota with me because everything's just cuter with a puppy. So she's gonna help us today. So I wanted to do this tour when we got our little guy in December, and then I was gonna do it about a month ago, and the word soon I guess means nothing when you're gonna do a video and have a new dog. So it took us a little bit longer. So first we'll look at the outside of the Hillsmobile, and we'll try to make it fast because this one is getting hot. So on the outside, obviously there's our windows and doors, and on the other side there's a few more fun things. So Brian makes it pretty easy to hook up the little guy. He hooked it up for me today, so you can see it's attached to our 7-pin hitch, so that's important if you're looking to get one. You'll want that electric hitch to be able to have power and electricity. And inside here we have our battery and our propane tank. We also store some of our materials to stabilize the little guy when we stop somewhere to park for the night or to camp. So we'll come back this way. We'll go inside in a minute. So she's getting hot. In the galley of the Hillsmobile, we have all of the things that we need that are essential to us, basically just our kitchen. So we have a sink, we have a stove, and actually an electric freezer fridge, so we can control what temperature it's at, and that comes in very handy. Inside here we have all of our storage, which is a little messy right now, but once we get to our camp, we set it up the way we need it. All right, over here we have our electric freezer, which usually it tells us what temperature it's at. It's just really handy and organized, helps us keep kind of eggs here and milk and meats and things that we need to stay cold. And it is really consistent most of the time, so we're able to keep it at the temperature that we need it most of the time. So there's a nice LED light. The whole outside of the Hillsmobile has LED lights, and they're really bright and awesome when we're camping. The only hard part is when there are mosquitoes, and she might need a break. Okay, so here's the other side of the Hillsmobile. This side has all of our hookups, and it makes it really easy. It took our setup time from about 4 hours to camp to like 30 minutes. So here are the lights I was talking about. We got the lights turned on there. So on this side we have cable TV if you are somewhere and you want to hook up cable TV. We have our electric here. It just plugs into I think 20, 30, 50, any of those outlets. Nope, 30 and 50. Nope, 30, 70? A 30, no, what? It is a 30 amp connector, and we can actually use an adapter if we go somewhere where it's only a 20 amp hookup. So that's where our electric goes. Just getting hot. We have a little shower here. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to bring it out right now because it's kind of hard to put back if you don't have running water through it. But our shower is just kind of like to wash off our feet or to rinse off the dogs or something like that. Inside here we have a key where we hook up our water, so we can show that another time when we're actually camping. Great, so now we're going to go inside the Hillsmobile and see all of the fun stuff that we have in here. This is what we fell in love with, and just real quick, we had never actually seen a little guy in person. Well, only, we saw one in Arkansas in November 2015. They just kind of hooked up to the campsite near us, and we saw it from afar, but we weren't brave enough to ask for a tour. We had heard about it from a friend before we saw that one in Arkansas, and then we wanted to find out more, see what it was, and we found a dealer who sold it for about $3,000 less if we just drove a little while. So we drove to Burnet, Texas, and met an awesome guy. I think his name's Mike, I can't remember, I'll find out. And he hooked us up with an awesome deal. So we love the Hillsmobile, and we'll definitely go back and tell him thank you someday. So let's go inside and see what's going on. So this is the inside of the Hillsmobile, and as you can see, from the outside it doesn't look that big, but on the inside it's actually very spacious. So it's a queen size bed. And it doesn't look like a queen because you're used to being able to step next to the bed and have bedside tables, and it's all kind of just right here. So I'm gonna get her busy. We have a headboard, and there's actually storage underneath that. I won't pull it out right now because I'm working on keeping the dog busy. But there's storage underneath. It's about 5 inches, and then it goes down for about a foot. So there's a lot of good storage down there. We have some pictures here of our trip. We have some fun little lights that we can turn white or blue. So those are fun. You just hold it down. Give us a little more light. We have storage up here. It goes back about 7 inches or so. We store a lot of clothing up there. We have our speakers that connect to our Bluetooth, DVD, and stereo. So that's kind of this side. And another fun thing, we have cup holders. So those come in handy at night. They really thought of all the different pieces of storage that we would need. And we have a fire extinguisher for, hopefully we would never need that, but for emergencies. Hi. Up here you can see we have a fan. So we have our fan up here. That helps. We can either push air out or bring air down. So that's helpful. We have a smoke detector and, making sure she doesn't pee, a carbon monoxide alert thing. So that's fun. I'll show you on this window. The windows have a lot of different options. Here, Dakota beer. So if you go this way and pull up, this kind of blocks out all of our privacy, and these windows just literally turn with your finger. So this is how we kind of get all of our privacy. But sometimes we pull the window down, and that you can see little bugs in here. This is kind of our screen windows, and our windows will pull all the way out, or they will also just vent. It's important that we vent the windows and the fan anytime we're hooked up. So on this side of the inside of the Hillsmobile, we have our air conditioner, which probably doesn't work right now because we're not hooked up, but if we were hooked up, it would be lovely because it works really, really well. Our TV, one of the coolest things that Brian has done, he installed a little guitar strap where we can pull the TV down, because when we're laying in bed, we need to be able to actually see the TV. She really wants you. So it just kind of plops down, and then we can move it right back up before we start driving. Our air conditioner is, like I said, just awesome. It keeps us really cool. We each have one cabinet on our sides of the bed, and we stored most of our clothing here for our camping trips and for our big trip that we did this summer to Grand Canyon, Zion, Yosemite, and all of those awesome places. Our DVD player and Bluetooth stereo are over here. The speakers are actually really nice. It puts out really nice sound. And then we have our AC fan. We need to turn that on whenever we have the AC on to make sure, again, that we have good ventilation. We have our breaker box over here. This is how we turn the breakers on or off whenever we hook up. So you can see we just flip. We can go to 30 or 20 power and some extra, what are those called? Yeah, and we have some extra fuses over here. We keep some extra in case they go out. Then we have a charging center here and electricity. So we're gonna let this little one get some water and some air conditioning in the car. And she's 10 weeks today, so that's exciting. She loves her sister, and she loves to drive her mom and dad a little crazy. So we're getting better though. Oh, just a good girl. We love the Hillsmobile. We're looking forward to our next trips, hopefully coming up soon, and we'll take more videos on those trips. All right, bye.